In our last video, we're going to talk about how to give the actual presentation, and it's really quite straightforward. When I'm ready to give my presentation, I can start it in several ways. One is I can come down and click this slideshow view in the lower left. I can click play in the home tab of the ribbon, or I can go up to slideshow menu and choose that I want to play from start or play from the current slide. So play from start will go to the beginning of your presentation no matter what slide you're on at the moment. Play from the current slide will start it on whatever slide you're on at the moment. I can also click the little arrow to the right of the play button and choose between those options as well. Now, when I start the presentation, it fills the screen, as you can see, and begins doing what it's supposed to do. When I'm ready to move on to the next animation or onto the next slide, I just click my mouse and it will do that. Or I can use the arrow keys. Front arrow moves forward one, back arrow moves back one. At any time, I can take my cursor down to the bottom here and I can click on this to have a pen where I can write notes on my slide in the actual presentation. I can click here to give some options like going to previous next, go to a specific slide, or I can end my slideshow here. And I've got my left and right arrows to go forward and backward. Now, I can just press escape at any time to get out of my presentation as well, or when I get to the end of the presentation, it will automatically go out of the presentation. Now, to show you the presenter view, I'm going to click here and I'm going to say to swap displays. Presenter view, if you're giving your presentation on one display, then you're only going to see this, what you're looking at right now, the actual presentation. But if you have your computer hooked up to another display, maybe it's a projector, maybe it's a second screen, something where it's actually playing somewhere else so that you're seeing it on your computer and your audience is seeing it somewhere else, then you will see on your computer what's called the presenter view. And the presenter view looks like this. So you can see that I can see here what the people are currently seeing and what they're going to see next when I click my mouse again. You can see that it'll blow your mind is gone, because when I click my mouse again, that animation will begin. I can start a timer here so I can see how long I've been talking. I've got a clock up here. And my notes would be down here if I put notes in the notes pane so I can really easily see my notes while I'm working. I can exit my slideshow right here and see my progress in the slideshow across the top. Since this only has 2 slides, we're on slide 1 of 2. When I click my mouse again, you'll see that it starts that animation, and now it's saying that when I click again, it's going to go to the next slide. Click again, and what they're seeing goes to the next slide, and it shows me here. If I click again, I'll be at the end of the presentation, so I don't see anything there at all. Click again, and it takes me out of the presentation. So that is actually giving the slideshow. It's very user-friendly, very straightforward, but be sure and practice it a couple times before actually giving one in a real situation.